Hey y'all, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Today I'm going ahead and getting my Real Housewives of Atlanta review out the way. This week was head over heels. It was the big proposal episode, and it wasn't too much with it. So I said, let me go ahead and do this review tonight. I know I don't have any makeup on. I usually would do it after work tomorrow, but I plan on finishing my last little bit of Christmas shopping tomorrow. Get my son's last few things out the way, and I'm gonna be done with it. Cause y'all, it. I ain't gonna get into that. But let's get this review on out the way. Excuse the fresh face. Y'all seen me fresh face before, so it ain't nothing new. So this was head over heels. I think this episode 8. We started off with Mike looking at rings with his daughters and Noelle. He called all of them his daughters, which was beautiful. I didn't write down the other two girls' names, but I'm sure over time I'll memorize it. The ring looked beautiful. Nothing exciting there. Next, Portia was with Dennis. Looked like it was his birthday. She gave him a cake. Portia playing games with us. I think she cried over Dennis maybe them first 2 episodes, and I believe after she has sex with Dennis that first time they was back together. And that's cool, Portia, that's cool, but all the rest of this is looking stupid. Just be back with the man. We already know it. So I don't care nothing about Portia and Dennis. They had a good time for his birthday, and she on TV talking about her cookie jar is closed or whatever. Girl, we don't believe that 1 second, but that's your business. Anyway, next we see Cynthia and Marlo having what looks like a lunch or a brunch, and they're talking about Snakegate. As you already know, I don't care nothing about Snakegate. I don't believe there is a Snakegate. I'm going to keep saying it until I see that it is true on the show. I don't believe anyone recorded Cynthia. I believe this is a storyline for Yvonne and Nene to get some drama into the season. Anyway, but still, we have to go through the motions of Cynthia asking Marlo. Marlo looked like she want to cry. I don't know why, girl. You and Cynthia ain't best friends. She can ask you that. But I do agree with Marlo's response, like, girl, I'm the one trying to get you and Nene to be friends. Why would I record you? And when have you ever said anything negative about Nene in my presence? So, girl, think about it, Cynthia. And then, 2, Marlo, the type of bitch who she would say, I did it. She wouldn't even have to record it. She would just say, I told Nene what you said, and it is what it is. And if she did record it, she would tell you she did it. So we have to just get that scene out the way. And then I also noticed that Nene, why is Marlo filming more scenes than Nene and Eva? Like, we only see Eva on the telephone. And where is Nene? I'm excited about next week. We gonna get to see Nene. She gonna look like it's gonna be the drama we looking for next week. So let's hurry up and get through this and get on to next week. Okay, but whatever. Next we have Todd and Candy. He has a new restaurant called Ole G. It's a Mexican restaurant. Did I say like Ole G, like old lady? Oh, I like the name. It's cute. I ain't a fan of Mexican food, but I like the name. I think it's a cute play of words for OLG. Candy is yelling at Todd because they have the figures on the screen for these next 3 projects he wants to open. Is going to cost around $660K. That's a lot of money. I know Candy probably got it, but I'm with Candy. You can't keep opening businesses. You got to run what you got first. But Candy also says she's always felt Todd tries to overcompensate on the business scale of things, because people always make fun of him for living off Candy's money, which I can understand that. You don't want to be you don't want to have the what's the word, perception of being a kept man. Todd, people gonna think that about you anyway, and you just gotta get over it, which I really think you are over it. I think this is just y'all storyline, because you a producer, you can handle whatever storyline. But I really think That's just something you're gonna have to get over. People always gonna say, even all these business you starting, they gonna say you starting all these businesses with Candy's money. So we know you got a good brain. We know you a businessman. We know you a TV producer. Ty, no one's cares. You married a woman who was rich. It is what it is. Don't blow the money. That's how you're gonna lose Candy, is by blowing her money. So focus on the few businesses you got. Cause I'm telling you, that money thing look like that's what's gonna draw the string for Candy. You can't be spending up all her money. And then I also said, Candy was like, you always taking these risks, and I'm more of a less risk. And I was thinking, like, Candy, people always can take a risk when it ain't their money. We always could bet $1,000 at the craps table when it ain't our $1,000. That it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to play with other people's money. But anyway, I think Candy and Todd are okay. This was a cute little scene, a little peek into their business life, and I appreciate Candy for saying what she said. Like all couples, you know, nothing is roses 24/7. Everybody goes through stuff, but you compromise, you work it out, and then your husband, he gonna get on your last nerve, but then he gonna come around and be super sweet, and you gonna forget what he got on your nerve about, and it's gonna be all good again. Everybody does it. I'm happy they put that reality on TV. Okay, next we got the wine cellar. It was a huge event. We ain't even gonna talk about all the shit that went down there. Nene sent a card. That was nice of Nene. We already know they gonna eventually forgive each other. And it don't take much for Cynthia to fold. But next week it looked like she yelling at Nene again. But I think that's only because Kenya is there. You gotta stop that, Cynthia. If you want to forgive Nene, and forget Kenya. Because I'm telling you, Kenya ain't nothing but another Nene. That's all she is. Kenya is here for TV. We gonna get into that later. But Kenya is here for TV. She here for this check. She here to put on stunts on you girls and to talk shit, slay, read, shade, all that stuff for her check. Kenya is playing the reality game. She might be your friend behind scenes, but when the camera is on, Cynthia, you gotta know that Kenya ain't nothing but another Nene. But okay. Why was Candy crying when did the producers, the editors edit that strange? Did Candy just have something in her eye? I was like, why is Candy crying? Because Nene sent Cynthia a card. That card wasn't that it wasn't emotional at all. It was a nice gesture. Anyway, and I feel you, Portia. I wrote that down. I feel you, Portia. All that shit Nene did to you, Cynthia, it's going to take way more than some cheese and crackers for you to have some kind of funny butterfly feelings for Nene again. I felt that, Portia, like, whatever. Anyway, and I said kick Yvonne off the show. Why? Yvonne came in about 2 hours late talking about, did you get Nene's card? She ain't give it to you. She gave it to Marlo to give to Cynthia. Why are you worried about it? Yvonne has absolutely no point of being on this show. Now, I see right now why they kicked Shamari off and brought Yvonne on, because Shamari probably ain't here to be Nene's talking points. Shamari was there to drink and have fun. And they needed somebody to be Nene's mouthpiece because don't nobody want to film with her right now. Kick Yvonne off the show. Nene make up with these girls and let her be gone. Now, Candy, I fault you 25% because you ain't have to text Kenya to say, girl, where you at? I think Mark getting ready to propose. You ain't have to say that to Kenya. You started it. So 25% of the blame is on you because somewhere around the event, I'm going all out of order because ain't really shit too much happened. Kenya pulled, they in the circle, and Kenya pulled Cynthia around talking about, I think Mark gonna propose to you tonight. And that was some bullshit. You shouldn't have did that, Kenya. Candy was wrong to go off on, Candy was right to go off on your ass, but I do blame Candy a little bit because you didn't have to say nothing to Kenya. You could have just said, Kenya, where your ass at? You know you supposed to be here for your best friend, and if she missed the proposal, she just missed it. That's her fault for being late. But you shouldn't have said nothing to Kenya. And Kenya, you shouldn't have said nothing to Cynthia. You ruined the surprise, and that was wrong. And Cynthia should cuss your ass out, but we know she ain't. Anyway, I already said Kenya is one of them friends that just want to be on TV, and she willing to do any kind of stunts, even on her best friend, to get that ooh and ah camera time. But anyway, I loved the proposal. I loved how Mark incorporated the girls. I really didn't know what was on that wine bottle. It was a little bit corny, but they are that couple where it kind of remind you, what's that, Paid in Full, where the old girl said you corny, and he was like, well, why you like me if I'm so corny? And she was like, well, I'm corny too. I love that movie. But that reminds me of Cynthia and Mark. I said I love them together. I love the proposal. I love how genuine and sincere it looks. I really wish them the best. I mean, I really wished her and Peter the best. I liked her and Peter together too, but I really wish them the best. And that nickname Chill is growing on me. And I'm just happy, Cynthia, you, like you say, you're not thirsty no more. I halfway feel like you already knew he was proposing too, because you have been so thirsty, and I'm sure he dropped enough hints to where you knew it was coming. So anyway, the proposal was beautiful. Let's move on, because I don't want this to be long. And the last thing that happened, and they went on this triple date, and a lot of things unfolded on this triple date, and it was nice to see them all be able to go out. I loved Cynthia's wide leg green and black pants. I love those. I need those for next summer. That was cute. But anyway, they did some kind of wife swap just so they wouldn't be sitting in front of their husbands. Kenya, what I said? She was talking about, I'm getting into the stuff at this dinner. I just want to talk about the stuff that sparked my interest, because it really wasn't nothing in this week's episode. I'm telling y'all, we want to see next week. But anyway, Kenya said Mark proposed weird, where he just ran outside with a ring and said, okay, now we official. Like he ain't asked, and get on one knee. That ain't too weird for me. If you go back and look online at how my husband proposed, it was very unromantic. It was very what Mark did. Just, you want to get married or you don't want to get married. And I was like, I do. Let's do it. Okay. But that's how he is, and it was romantic to me. So whatever. Anyway, Kenya said her winning Miss USA was more number one, and her wedding was number two. And then Candy in the confessional was like, well, where's Brooklyn? Like, you would think Brooklyn would be number one. I don't care nothing about what Kenya's saying, because we all know Kenya be talking out her ass for TV. And it seemed like Mark is the asshole. I forgot to say that. I mean, every time I see them together, he is shading her, talking down to her, telling her she not doing something right. It couldn't be me, but like she said, she's very passive in her marriage, and she is not passive. She's usually the aggressor in every other scene of this show. But when it comes to Mark, she's very passive, and it's very strange. It's very strange. Candy and them started talking about prenups, and they did that flashback to when they got married and how they almost didn't get married because Todd didn't want to sign that prenup. I said, Candy girl, leave that alone, because you could look at Todd's face. He was like, that's that bullshit. And it don't look like he want to talk about prenups, but he signed it because he loved you, girl. But that got Mark and Kenya to start talking about their prenup, and Kenya was like, they discussed it, and Mark was like, no, you didn't discuss that with me, because that's a deal breaker. I would never sign no prenup. And so they can't decide if they even discussed it or not in the past, and I believe they have, and Mark is just an asshole. But he said, if we break up, Kenya can have everything I have. If I'm a great success, I built a great restaurant once, I can do it again. That's very true, but sometimes the cards may not fall in line the second time like they did the first time. Not everybody can rebuild if they lose everything. He was just talking out his ass on TV. He ain't giving Kenya nothing. He probably, like Marlo said, he probably gonna come for her for some child support. I believe it, because he seemed like he's very mean and very hateful. And I just don't feel like this is real. I think they just both actors. Did Mark used to be an actor? Y'all look into that. It, I just don't like them on TV because I don't know. I can't explain it, but it was funny when he shaded Kenya when I don't even remember what he said, but he said I had to help you with Kenya Moore hair care was a mess, and you talking about Mark helped me get this stuff together. I believe it. I believe it because he's a businessman, and why wouldn't you ask your significant other for help? But he ain't have to call her business a mess, and it looked like she wanted to slap him, but she didn't. And then Mark says that they're complete opposites, that King is flashy and he's not flashy. And I disagree with that. I feel like the reason why they don't get along is because they are complete twins as far as attitudes. They're both, like she said, alpha people. And Cynthia said it, neither one of them wants to compromise. Neither one of them wants to bend. And I think Kenya is bending by being passive, and it's causing her to hate herself because she's not being who she really is, and then behind the scenes she's probably not bending, and that's why they're in turmoil. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk about, for some reason Mark likes Nene after Nene done called your wife a buffalo. And I talked about this on my video with my best friend, and we didn't agree either. But like I said once before, if I don't like somebody, my husband better not like them either, or we gonna have a problem just like Kenya has a problem. Why are you riding for Nene? Nobody likes Nene. And then you said you appreciate Nene was nice to you because when you first met her, she introduced you to Greg. And I don't get it. Very strange, very fake. I don't understand Mark. They should have kept him off TV. He makes no sense. And I'm gonna pray for you, Kenya girl. I mean, not really, but I'm just saying it. I'm gonna wish you the best with him because he seems to be a mess. And that was it, y'all. I mean, that's all that really happened this week on the Housewives in Atlanta. Y'all get down in the comments and tell me if I missed something that was good. If I didn't write it down, it wasn't good to me. But we can also discuss how y'all feel about a few things. But I'm looking forward to next week. Toronto is the turn up. It looked like Nene shocks everybody. They didn't know she was coming on the trip. And you know she do her dramatic entrance into, hey, y'all. And all I heard Nene or Kenya said, she told somebody, shut the fuck up, bitch. And then Kenya said, you shut the fuck up. And then it looked like they wanted to fight. So I want to know what they were arguing about. And like I said again, it looked like Portia confronts Eva. And Eva has her usual amnesia. She ain't said nothing. But we all heard what you said about Portia, girl. It's on TV. It's on the tape. I can't wait for this reunion. But I think we finally got past our last filler episode, and we're really about to pick it up. I wish we would drop Snakegate, but the meat of this show for the rest of this season is going to be Nene integrating back into the fold with the other girls, except for Kenya, and then they just going to have beef. It's going to be Nene and Kenya beef, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They getting paid all this money. Give me something to watch on the show. All right, y'all. Let's not make it long. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kiss My Cheeks TV. Again, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with y'all next week for the good stuff. All right. Bye.